All right, guys. So if you weren't able to do this, navigate over to this Unit 3 Quiz 2, Parallel Lines. Is the very last thing. Oh, it won't let you access it? Yikes. Is that because it's closed? Ooh, let's change the settings. Wow, it's taking a long time to load. Oh. All right, if you refresh, do you have access to it now? Yes, no, maybe so? No? It's just not updating. I'm clicking on Save Changes and it's not doing anything, it's just thinking. I hate that buffer circle. No, it's just a white screen. It works now? Okay, awesome. So in question number 1, we've got same side interior angles, or same side exterior angles. What are we going to do with these expressions? Set them equal or set them equal to 180? Anybody? 180, Kylie says. I agree. So we're going to add these up and set them equal to 180. Why? Same side, supplementary. Same side is always supplementary. I have one obtuse angle up here. It is bigger than 90 degrees, and one acute angle down here. If they're different, acute plus obtuse equals 180 every single time. Okay? Do we need to solve the equation, or is that sufficient? Do we know what we're doing? Yeah, acute and obtuse. Perfect. So what about this one? I've got an obtuse angle here and then an acute angle here. They're still same side. They're on the same side of that transversal. So they're same side supplementary. We're going to add those and equal them to 180 as well. Okay, so combine your like terms. 11x and 7x is 18x. Minus 28 and minus 8 is minus 36. You just set up your equation. Okay, questions on those? Yes, why not? Hold on 1 second, guys. Katie? And I can push it. All right, so look at number 3 and see what you're going to do for number 3. Give me 1 second. All right, so over here, and Zoena, you're good to go now. Do I have any congruent angles? When you're proving lines parallel, you always want to think congruent first. Do I have any congruent angles? No congruent angles. Do I have any supplementary angles? Anything that adds up to 180? Which two angles add up to 180? Which two angles add up to 180? You can either talk it out or you can put it in the chat. Which two angles equal 180? A and B. A and B are lines. Which two angles add up to 180? Absolutely. 29 and 151 add up to 180, right? So they're same side, just like the last two questions. Same side exterior going to add up to 180. They're connected by A, so A is the transversal. A is the transversal. So what are the parallel lines? What are the cross streets? C for sure, and? Oh, E and C. So E is the cross street. The corner of A and E is where the 151 is. And the corner of A and C is where the 29 is. So if A is the transversal that connects them, then E and C are going to be parallel. Okay, so you want to find the angles that are either congruent or supplementary, mark them, figure out what connects them, that's the transversal, and then the cross streets are the parallel lines. So the answer should be C and E. How do I figure out whether they're parallel, perpendicular, or neither? This is what we did yesterday. What do I have to do with these 2 points? Yeah, you got to find the slope. What's the slope of those points? And how do I find it out? What math do I have to do? So everybody should have a piece of paper. If you haven't done this, get a piece of paper out, figure out what the slope is. Y minus y. So 3 minus 2. You guys are killing me. And then x minus x. So if I start with a 3, I got to start with a negative 2. Negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5. Exactly. So y minus y, rise, over x minus x, run. So if that first slope is negative 1/5, we got to find the second slope. Do the exact same thing, y minus y, so 5 minus 0. That equals 5. And then x minus x, 4 minus 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. So are these parallel, perpendicular, or neither slopes? So I've got to, they are in fact perpendicular. What makes them perpendicular? Absolutely. So one's positive, one's negative, and the two numbers are switched. So these are perpendicular. I don't know why that was perpendicular. Okay. Question number 5. How do I find the slope if I'm given a picture? You got to find good points. So this is a good point because it has a vertical line, a horizontal line, and a diagonal line, right? So that's a good point. And if I keep going up here, that's a good point. And that's a good point. I can go down because this is a negative slope and find a point and a point. You got to find those good points where a vertical line, a horizontal line, and a diagonal line all meet. It's a 6-way intersection. So what's the pattern to go from one point to the next? And it's the same pattern for all of those points. Negative 3 over 2. Okay, everybody see that? What do we have to do here for the slope? What's the math? X minus x and y minus y. Which one goes in the numerator? Are the x's in the top or the y's in the top? The y's are on the top. So negative 1 minus negative 4 -1 minus -4. Notice that that turned positive, and I started with the first dot instead of the second one this time. So now 3 and 2, 3 minus 2. So what's the slope here? Yeah, 3 over 1, but I don't see 3 over 1 here. Yeah, or just 3. Okay. How do I figure out which graph has a slope of -3 over 4? What's the first step? Yeah, how do I find good points? Absolutely. Find those good intersections on the graph line. I love that. So I always find several of them. That way I can make sure I have the same pattern going from dot to dot. It should look like stairs. Okay, should look like stairs. So what's my pattern here in this one? Is it -3 over 4? No, it is not. How about this one? Good point, good point, good point, good point. What about this one? Is that -3 over 4? Nope. And then we find good points. This one's harder to find good points on. There are fewer of them. Is this one -3 over 4? Nope. So hopefully this one is. Good point, good point, good point, good point. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's a negative slope. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, negative slope. So this, my friends, is our answer. Okay. These are almost identical to what you're going to see on the test. For me, it's D, but it might be like the answer choices might be mixed up. So it's the one that's down 3, right 4, down 3, right 4, down 3, right 4. Where do I find the slope? Because if I'm looking for something that's parallel, I need to know the slope. Where's the slope in an equation? The slope is always in front of the x, right? So the slope is always right here. And if I want a parallel slope, I want one that's equal to it. I see those like the L's in parallel, and I just like think of them as an equal sign. So the slope has to be parallel. So which of these equations has that exact same slope? So all you're going to do is look for that same coefficient in front of the x, and it should be this one. Yep, for me it's C. Then we've got number 9. This is the one that usually causes people problems. And I'm going to warn you, there's one like this on the test. Okay. You just have to go through and really look at what it's saying. Don't rush on these. Read carefully. So 3 equals 5. 3 equals 5. Is that a true statement? Does 3 doesn't equal 5? Why not? Absolutely. So 3 is obtuse and 5 is acute. They can't equal each other. This isn't even a true statement, so it's not going to prove anything, right? So then 1 and 7 equal 180. 1 and 7 equal 180. Is that true? Yeah, that one looks pretty good. I like that one. And then 5 equals 8. Does 5 equal 8? They do. Will they prove A and B parallel? 5 and 8? Why not? Exactly. So these are vertical angles, and we need one angle on B and one angle on A. If we take 5 and 8, there's no information about A, so we can't prove anything parallel, right? Because they're vertical. How about 1 and 2 equal 180? 1 plus 2 definitely equal 180. They're a linear pair. Does that prove anything? Nope, because same reason. They're in the same intersection. We don't have anything on B. So the only correct answer right here is B. Okay. So hopefully everybody gets 100 on this one. I'm glad we went over that one. Any other questions before we go to today's lesson? Okay. Come over to today. And I want you to go to the Desmo activity. We're going to spend about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, not very long on this Desmo activity, but we'll overload. So if you go into today's folder, you should be able to sign in with Google. It should take you directly there, hopefully. I look forward to that, Morgan. Can anybody help Chloe out? What was number 8? Oh my God. Here we go. Are you guys into the Desmo activity? So you're going to go into that Desmo activity. It should say Desmo activity warm-up B1. Thanks, Casey. Sign in with Google, and you're just going to go through all of those little pieces. You don't really have to watch the videos, but you're welcome to. Again, we're going to spend about 15 minutes on it. And I'm going to stop sharing. Ooh, it said something went wrong. What went wrong? Are you guys able to sign in to it? Is it just asking me? Oh, do I have to take this and pop it out? Gotcha.